Mortal Kombat clones are a discussion that have been done to death, usually amounting to the mockery of game devs shoveling garbage out to catch a quick buck on the newest craze at the time. To be fair, you could probably argue that 99% of the games that came out and tried to ride Mortal Kombat's success aren't good, and most people would agree. Even looking at just the novelty of these ripoffs, there is a reason why a lot of these games aren't fondly remembered. But it always confused me that in a subgenre filled with trashy games like Tattoo Assassins and Time Killers, why I always saw a particular game labeled as a bad Mortal Kombat ripoff. A game I really like. A few months after Mortal Kombat 2 hit the arcades, and just a month after the infamous Mortal Monday, Scarab, who has since rebranded into the company PhilPlus, you know, the guys who made cult classic JRPG Lost Odyssey, released the fighting game Survival Arts. Now, I'm not going to argue and say that Survival Arts wasn't trying to ride the Mortal Kombat wave. It has digitized sprites by real-life actors, fatalities, and its aesthetic is overbearingly bleak and strange. What I am going to do, though, is tell you that Survival Arts isn't just a bad Mortal Kombat knockoff, because that's just not true. This game is awesome. The evil Dantel has organized the Survival Arts tournament, with the goal of eating the flesh of whoever wins to become immortal. But little did Dantel realize that not just anyone would be entering this tournament. Slashing and murdering through the Survival Arts is a pair of ninjas, a Super Sentai protagonist, a wrestler who takes his heel persona way too seriously, a telepath, a crazy mercenary, an alien, and finally, scariest of them all, a cop with a gun that shoots fireballs. This tournament is about to get crazy. And crazy fun it is. Survival Arts is a 6-button fighting game like Street Fighter, with a weak, medium, and strong punch and kick. There is no block button either, and special move inputs are a mixture of classic Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat-esque inputs. So, most fighting game fans will be right at home. Where it differs, though, is that characters are huge and take up 80% of the screen. And it's not strange to be knocked up high into the sky or for characters to have insane mobility all over the place. Also, there are weapons that drop on stages that characters can pick up, instantly turning a grappler into a pseudo-zoner because he found a Glock on the ground. Combos are short and are usually just normals into a special move, but that's okay, because damage is just as big as the characters are, and there are tons of cheap and wacky options to use. Most importantly though, especially when talking about Mortal Kombat knockoffs, is that Survival Arts doesn't feel bad to play. It actually feels good. The most important thing in fighting games is how they feel, and if things actually work. There are tons of fighting games that just don't feel right. A concept that might sound too vague, but we've all played fighters that for one reason or the other just have no flow and don't click onto the player. You can tell that there is intent behind characters in Survival Arts. This isn't just a bunch of ideas thrown out the wall from developers who don't know how fighting games work. Characters' buttons make sense, and so does their game plan. Now, that's not to say that Survival Arts is some secret hidden competitive fighter that needs to show up at the hugest tournaments with thousands and thousands of dollars in prizes behind it, but that Survival Arts is a game that's been misrepresented. It's a wild game that the casual fighting game fan and even the hardcore could instantly pick up and have tons of fun with, and there's a lot to discover in it as well. At the end of the day, Survival Arts is just fun. And isn't that the point? But let's go over some cool stuff and take a better look at the characters. Kane is an alien who's got insane rushdown and buttons. His pressure is pretty crazy and he can shut down a lot of characters. Gunner, as his name implies, has a gun and is a zoning enjoyer's character because he's only got 3 special moves: air gunshot and gunshot high and low. But his shots are huge and he can instant air his fireballs and just kill you. Mongo is the most infamous character in this game, and for good reason. Dude straight up looks like a boss character, is obviously a shithead, and his special moves are insane. He carries a huge gun and can shoot bullets, fire, and electricity out of it. He can whip across the sky like Spider-Man, throw grenades, and carpet bomb the opponent. This move is insane, and in a lot of situations, has to be respected. It takes up a large portion of the screen, can cross up, and a lot of the times leaves Mongo safe. A definite scrub killer move, but once you figure him out, he's not that great. But he's still Mongo. What a legendary character. I have saved the best for last though, as Survival Arts has a character that doesn't belong in this game. If you saw this character in an anime game, you wouldn't be surprised, because his kit is out of this world. Meet Hiroyu, the lovable ninja. What's so cool about him? Dude has mobility. He can dash. He can cancel his dash. He can clean the walls and escape. But also, the dude can jump 5 times. And he can control the direction of every jump. You ever been crossed up 5 different times in one jump? He also has a safe DP, and he has a slow projectile that he can control, which sets him up for unblockable situations. See what I mean? This character is just so cool. One of those designs where you just have to think, man, what were the developers thinking? But I love it. I'm not the only one who has realized how awesome Survival Arts is. The game has a community all over the world that's been going for years, and has seen tournament play in Japan, and even recently in North America online on Fightcade 2 thanks to the Fraud crew. So, if you're interested, please check the game out and give it a try. You might be surprised and find a sick new game you love. I want to end this by saying that games like Survival Arts are usually unfairly brushed off by one-paragraph listicles, even though there is a ton of heart to be found. Whether it's for the gameplay, the characters, the over-the-top aesthetic, the hilarious endings, or the goofy package of it all, it's easy to appreciate the campiness and enjoy the plain old fun of Survival Arts. So grab a friend and have a blast. Thanks!